to latest apps. First, take television is boring compared to games. Well, hold on to your socks, because I got something that'll literally tear your eyes away from your game console. Let me introduce my first guest. You know her best from her previous hit, Money Grab. Let's give it up for Sandra. And Madeline, an on-screen newbie, but who will be seeing a lot more from now on. These two are hosts of a new American show, America's Got History Live, streaming real time today. And it promises to be the most shocking premiere ever. How'd you get the idea of American history?
Well, way back, before my parents were born, there was a show on TV when television only had 3 channels. And it was called You Were There. So that was my inspiration to come up with a new series, a time travelogue.
I've never heard of that show.
Walter Cronkite hosted it.
Who is Walter Cronkite?
He was the only most respected journalist in American television history. Or maybe that would be Edward R. Murrow, who came first, was more involved.
Even more famous than me?
Ask your grandparents about Walter Cronkite. They remember all sorts of obscure details from the 20th century. Now, back to what's special about our show.
So, on You Were There, they would reenact great moments in American history with the news reporter pretending it was a news program.
So you're going to reenact events from history. I hate to tell you, but that's not exactly new. And I've told my viewers, and trust me, I've got the most sophisticated viewers on cable, that your show is better than Fortnite. It's supposed to be the next big thing.
We're not going to reenact the events. We're going to travel to the past in person.
Can you really do that?
Since the original show, scientists have discovered quantum physics, and we've developed a way to take advantage of the glitches in the space-time continuum by purificating the linear regressional punctuality of the...
Huh? You made that up. There's no such word as purificating.
She did make that up, but the thing is, it works. We're really going back in time. We won't just be pretending. We'll actually report from the scene.
How does that work? You have a time machine, jump in, set the date, and off you go?
Our studio is set up with a superconductor, and Madeline here does the calculations on our graphing calculator. And boom, we're transported to the past.
Only it's a little tricky. We can only go back and forth so many times before the glitches get corrected by the quantum effects of the electrokinetic calculations, and we lose the nonlinear tropical punctuality. And accounting for the current galactic calendar shifts, we've got to control the specificity by purificating the...
Huh? You made that... can you say that again, and only in English, and stop making up words?
We've got to cover the main events of U.S. history in one afternoon, and be back in the studio by 3. That's why we're streaming live.
Wow, that's going to be one whirlwind history tour. So you're the math and science consultant. Does that make you the history expert?
Well, I didn't do so well in middle school history. That's only because I wasn't really paying attention. But I've been cramming on the internet, and obviously I watch old TV shows.
So what's your first stop?
We will be aboard the Pinta, Santa Maria, or the Nina. I haven't exactly worked out the...
Christopher Columbus, back to the beginning of the New World.
That's the idea. I still haven't done all of the calculations to figure out what happens once we get there, but I've got a couple of hours.
You mean you might not be able to get back to the present?
Not so much that. The unknown is what the variable of our presence would mean for...
Changing history? I've told you folks, this is going to be the most shocking premiere ever. Will they or won't they change the entire course of American history? Tune in live to see. Meanwhile, can you train your dog to do your homework for you instead of eating it? You guessed it, there's an app for that. We'll reveal the next Puppy Einstein app next. Don't swipe that screen.
Did you see Medium Mark today? Yeah, are you watching that new show about history? It's trending on Twitter, thousands of Facebook likes already. I don't do Facebook anymore. And since my mom started posting my baby pictures and sharing everything she does. I mean, really? I don't understand my own mom. Have you seen the YouTube trailer? It's got 200,000 views already. I guess I'll watch the series. Might be cool, but don't we get enough history in school already? Why would we want to watch more on TV? So if we could see if the reporters mess anything up and change the whole course of history.
Digital video recorder? Check. Auxiliary audio equipment? Check. Background noise reduction microphone? Check. Extra batteries? Check.
Shouldn't we be using rechargeable batteries? They're so much more eco-friendly.
Well, the adapters are supposed to be good in all countries. They didn't say anything about all centuries. What is all this junk? All we need is the early and spectral generation Tri-Class Nebula phone with OS version 3.168295. It's got video, audio, slow motion, and an ice cream maker app.
Not happening. They advertise with a rival network. And besides, Sandra here had some wacky idea about historical accuracy to honor the original show from the 50s.
Some of this is vintage early days of television. Cool, huh?
I guess they didn't get the micro and microchip yet, huh? It's getting heavy. Are you sure we need all of this?
Well, the producer wants to make sure you have the best video and audio quality possible, considering.
Now, have you gone over how to use all the equipment? If not, my assistant producer will run me through again.
I think I've got it. I'm not sure Sandra knows how to work it all. Plus, I've got the most important piece of equipment of all, my graphing calculator.
You better get going. It's getting close to live stream airtime.
Now, you're sure you'll be able to return to the present. You won't get stuck in some distant century, will you? I don't think our insurance covers time travel.
I'm not so much worried about getting back as I am about the effect we'll have on history.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I hope you did that calculation right, Madeline, or we could be anywhere.
We're on one of Columbus's ships, just not sure which one. Doesn't matter. They all end up at the Bahamas eventually.
We need the first sighting link. It'll be an exclusive. Give me the sailor with the spyglass. Or should we do the navigator first? Or maybe the first lieutenant? Or should we say lieutenant? Or what was the word in Spanish? What would it be Italian?
We're not going to get anybody if we don't get going. Why don't you start in the intro, keep it simple, and stop arguing with yourself, okay?
Okay, here it goes. I'll do it in my Walter Cronkite voice.
Doesn't matter. No one's seen the original anyway.
Not even on YouTube.
Stand by.
October 12th, 1492. I'm here on the deck, the actual deck of one of the three ships given by Christopher Columbus in the sailing of the New World. Sailing towards destiny. Some call it manifest destiny. Or well, that came on after the continent was settled. Sailing on course towards destiny and the discovery of the New World. I mean, it's not like the continent was empty or anything. And there was that whole smallpox controversy. What are they doing?
It looks like they're getting ready to do a dead reckoning.
Dead reckoning? You mean they're gonna throw someone overboard? We can't let them do that.
No, they're throwing Flotsam overboard.
Flotsam? Which one is she?
It's just a bunch of dead wood, not a real person.
Palmas, mitas, igos y castanitas.
Don't worry, Flotsam. I'll save you.
They weren't trying to throw anyone overboard. They were holding her over the side so she could see the marks on the side of the ship and count how long the wood takes to get from one mark to another. It's just another way of keeping track of the ship's speed.
But what about the song they were chanting? That sounded very sinister to me.
It was pancake in Spanish. It's just another way of counting before stopwatches.
Oh, you mean like singing Yankee Doodle Dandy? You know how long to wash your hands for? I get it.
I guess.
All the wood floated away.
There's no way to check our speed. This is sabotage.
Look, this is Look, this is another.
It's piracy! It is not. We own the rights to this TV show.
She's not talking about making were trying to take over the ship. Excuse me, Senorita. We come in the name of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella.
Why haven't I seen you before? We haven't been in port for over 3 weeks.
We were below deck in the galley, making marmalade. No, I mean in the captain's quarters with all the other royal and Mr. Rose. No, I know. We were working on top secret exploratory documents
Actually, we were seasick. Keep it simple.
That's right, we were seasick.
Do you have a message from the king and queen? Have they sent more gold?
They said to keep going, keep on sailing. They'll give you lots of gold when you get back.
And they said to answer all of our questions so you can get credit for your discoveries later. This is Sandra, live from the deck of the Nina, Pina, or San Maria with the... Can you tell us who you are for the record?
I'm the navigator.
Can you explain the navigation system used to find land across the Atlantic Ocean?
We throw wood at the side of the boat and then use this magnetic compass.
Awesome, can I see that?
Only because of the problems earlier, we have to use an experimental method. The stars.
Wow, how do you get in touch with them? Have you got their private cell phone number?
We see them. The sky's clear. At night.
Really? Like who? Like Angelina Jolie, have you ever seen her? Or Selena Gomez?
She's not talking about movie stars. She's talking about constellations in the heavens, like the North Star.
I think they better find mine soon. I'm getting seasick for real.
I'm a little worried about that whole dead reckoning thing. I mean, we're supposed to be observers. Remember to keep a professional distance from the subject at all times, or we could end up deconamorphizing.
There's no time to worry about that now. We're about to get the biggest scoop in history. Look.
¿Dónde está mi bússola? My compass. Where's my compass? No!
What'd you think of that? It was alright. They didn't even know what ship they were on. I think I've heard of Dead Reckoning before, though. Maybe it was like a punk rock band. Yeah, like something my dad listened to when he was young, like from the 80s. That telescope thing he found in the water's cool. Do you think Columbus could ever find land after that? Yeah, do a search of a map of the world and find out. Wow, way cool. Florida's got a completely different name. It's not even part of the United States. We're gonna need a passport to visit Disney World. No, wait. Disney World isn't there anymore. I just did a search on Columbus Day and came up with Zico Nada. I wiped out a whole day of school. This could get serious. We better keep watching. Where are they going next? Says Philadelphia. Uh-oh. What? 1776, Continental Congress, Independence Hall. That's where the Declaration of Independence was adopted. That's the birthplace of our nation. But they couldn't mess that up, could they? I mean, not even these two.
July 4th, 1776. We're here in the Independence Hall to witness one of the most important events in U.S. history. These colonial leaders are about to sign a document declaring that they are no longer subjects of the King of England, but free citizens. Well, not everyone has equal rights yet. Slavery wasn't abolished, and have they figured out about the three-branch government yet? And I heard something like how smaller colonies like Rhode Island are going to object to proportional representation. And isn't it like another 144 years before when we get the vote?
Excuse me. We're about to miss it. This is the cradle of liberty. We can cover all those other events next season.
Okay, right. Now, which one of you wrote this document? Thomas Jefferson, right? Which one is TJ?
I think John Adams and Ben Franklin helped write it too. There was a committee.
I had the idea that the happiness of society is the goal of government, and that the ideal form of a government is a republic.
And I'm Thomas Jefferson, the best writer of the group. Everybody knows that.
As the oldest and the one with the most scientific knowledge, and...
Hold on. I thought you guys were united.
Well, he's always trying to take all the credit just because he wrote all the flowery stuff.
Well, somebody had to, not just go on and on. You know, you love to hear yourself speak.
Me? You have a lot of nerve. Oh, you're talking about liberty, but what's going on in Monticello, or whatever you call it?
I think we better get on with it. We've got to be back in this year at 3, and we've got a lot of history to cover. Where's John Hancock? Doesn't he sign first?
I'm the oldest. I'll sign first.
I'm the richest. I'll sign first. And I'm from Virginia. It's the most important colony.
I'm from Boston. We had the first Thanksgiving.
That's just a myth. Plymouth was settled way before Jamestown. Me.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
I see I'm the only grown-up here. Hand it here, I say.
I think I see why John Hancock had to put his name at the top. Come on, guys, you have to wait for John Hancock.
No! All my beautiful phrases! They're ruined!
Well, just get all of the other copies. We'll vote on it, then sign it. You did make more copies, didn't you?
Well, I was going to, but all that scrolly handwriting really made my hand hurt, and my thumb is cramped.
You must have saved the copy to the cloud.
This is before the cloud. It's 1776 after all.
Well, what about your hard drive? Or your stick?
What are you talking about? Driving a stick on a cloud? Are you out of your mind?
I told you, this is before the cloud. He thinks a cloud is a visible collection of water particles suspended in the atmosphere, like in the sky.
You mean they're even more outdated than our parents? What's that?
It's the people. They come here to see us on the Declaration of Independence, to celebrate and to get on with the revolution. What are we going to do?
I think we better get out of here, Sandra. You know what James Madison said about mob rules?
No, what?
Never mind. That's for season 2.
John Hancock, Mr. Hancock, where are you?
That went well. Look, Wikipedia says the Declaration wasn't actually signed until sometime in August anyways, so they probably didn't mess up that much, right?
That's too bad. I was hoping to get out on the facts test on the Revolution next Monday.
And we're not talking an English accent, so everything must be alright, right?
Unless there's some kind of late effect or something. I'm a little confused about the whole space-time continuum thing.
And can you imagine actually having to write that out with a pen and paper? What's up with that?
And the printer ink was in a round bottle. Did you see that?
And why did a crowd have to wait outside to see if they signed the Declaration? They could have just tweeted the news. Declaration of Independence signed. Kicking British out now.
And I read my link to the National Archives website. Think of all those trees. And that reporter? Kinda clumsy.
Where are they going next?
March 10th, 1876. Boston, Massachusetts. 100 years later. What's that about?
No clue. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Hey, it's back on. TTYL.
I'm the on-air talent. That's the way it works in television. I'm the face and the voice, and you do all the work.
Well, I'm tired of all this dashing around. Not to mention trying to keep you focused. I'm leaving. You can find your own way back to the 21st century.
Okay, I'll carry something. Let me operate the auxiliary sound recorder. How does this thing work anyway?
You'll figure it out. I'm busy. We ran out of batteries.
I told you to bring the rechargeable ones.
19th century. No wall plugs. But don't worry. I'm using Bernoulli's theorem to rig an electromagneticalized cell using oxygenatable conductivity.
Are you making up words again? Oh well, if it works, why not? Remind me, why are we here?
Alexander Graham Bell is about to invent the telephone. See, it's got copper wire, acid, and a funnel.
Okay, alright, key me in.
March 10th, 1876, Boston, Massachusetts. The workshop of Alexander Graham Bell. What we're about to see in here is an invention that would change the world forever. It took place right here, close to where I'm standing now. Well, that's the official story, and we're going to stick with it. There are some people who say Elijah Gray really developed the first workable.
You're doing it again. Can you please get through one introduction? Come on, we don't want to miss the big moment when Graham spills the acid, calls for Watson, and he hears him over the wire.
Excuse me, I'm kind of busy here.
We're here from the kitchen to interview you as you make one of the most important discoveries in the history of the United States.
Are you lunatics? Who let you in?
We're here from the new daily newspaper, the Boston Globe.
Tell us your name and what you're working on, if you please. How's this new machine going to work exactly?
Well, I'm Thomas Watson, and I'm working on what's called a harmonic telegraph. It creates a membrane that is capable of varying electronic currents into audible frequencies.
Watson, come here. I need you. Didn't you hear me, Watson? I called you.
No, I guess the machine could work.
No, Mr. Bell, it worked. You said, Watson, I need you, and he heard you over the wire.
Who are these people? How did they get in here? They could be spies. Look, that one's copying something down in some sort of machine. They're stealing our invention.
Quick, write the equation to get us out of here. Ooh, that was close. That could have really thrown a wrench into the workings of history.
I think we did enough damage as it is.
Do you think they'll figure it out? I would hate to be responsible for it.
We can go back to before we went there the first place, and I'll work the sound machine this time.
That's a good idea. I could read my introduction. Leave out the part about Elijah Gray. I could use a do-over.
Wait, something's terribly wrong. I made a mistake in the machine. It's putting us to the next event. It's out of my control. July 20th, 1969. We're going to the moon.
Why is my phone dead? I literally just charged it.
Earth to Cody, come in. What? No service? What's going on?
OMG.
Whoa. We're actually in a space shuttle. I can't believe it. Look out the window. I can see the moon. You're a genius. We'll definitely be renewed for another season.
Shh. This is our last chance to make up for all those other proposals. We've got to get this one right. I think we're on the Columbia.
Space shuttle?
No, it's 1969. The command module. Apollo 11. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin are on the lunar module. Looks like they're about to separate and head down to the lunar surface.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. How do you read?
Reading you loud and clear, Houston. Stand by for descent. Houston, Commander Armstrong here. Apollo 11 is getting its first view of landing approach. It looks very much like the pictures, but like the difference between watching a real football game and watching it on TV. There's no substitute for actually being there.
Pilot Buzz Aldrin, going over Mount Maryland at present time, preparing for ignition point.
This is Sandra. We're in the space... July 20th, 1969. We're in the space shuttle with the astronauts of Apollo 11. Well, actually only one. The others are in other space capsule. And anyway, we're about to witness a close-up in the posting, the landing of the Eagle on the moon itself, like it's never been seen before.
Ah! Who are you? How did you get here?
You aren't going to believe this, but your future heroics have paid off for future generations, and now I've got a whole boatload of items you never dreamed of, like iPhones, and Androids, and live streaming, which is actually what we're doing right now. Also broadcasting over the internet.
Houston, I think I'm hallucinating. Check oxygen levels.
Columbia, do you read?
Oxygen levels are normal. You're heading into LOS in about 5. Do you read?
What's LOS?
It's when they pass to the dark side of the moon and can't transmit to Earth.
Say, what's going on there? Mike?
That's Neil Armstrong. We've got to answer him. He has to make the lunar landing.
Quick, try to wake him up. I'll try to beat him. What was his name again?
Michael Collins. No one ever remembers him. He stayed back in orbit while Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon.
This is Mike Collins. Everything okay up here, guys? How's it down there in Houston? Got any baseball scores for us? How about those Astros? And what's happening around the rest of the National League?
Mike, you sound weird. We'll do another check on those oxygen levels. Stand by.
This must be before Astros had to add moral victories to their win columns.
Look, we're on the opposite side of the moon from the Earth now. We've lost contact with command and control in Houston.
This is Pilot Buzz Aldrin. Mike, could you give us the correct coordinates again for the landing?
Quick, take a look at those controls. Just do something.
These controls are nothing like I've ever seen before. It's not even touchscreen. Where do I swipe my finger? And look, the whole thing's got 36K memory. My graphing calculator has more than that.
Columbia, do you read? What's going on there? Mike?
Just push something, anything. Quick, beam us back to the present, or however you do it, before he sees us and passes out again.
Nothing is working. My phone, my email, my laptop, everything's gone blank. No texting even. I can't believe I had to walk all the way over to your house just to talk to you in person. It's only next door. What are we gonna do now? This is awful.
We're back. For a minute there, I wasn't sure about that last calculation.
You weren't sure?
Well, there was some variability in the electrokinetic trajectory bolus.
No, stop. No more made up words. My brain cannot take it.
You ran into that one legally featured on Earth Live from Ross with your talk.
And you think I made up too many words.
She was perfectly normal when we left. Oh, well, as normal as anyone who works on television is.
As James Ingram Flipper, Guinea who fresh not top high to gainably, Simso Jameso, Arfi, Aberwat, Cinnamon Ronaldo, Lee Falcon.
Look, she's from Florida. Ever since you guys went on your whole little space-time continuum thing adventure, everyone from Florida speaks some sort of foreign language, like Viking or something.
So not go chapter Cosmo, Leash Ever Fun Time Again, Pop Pop, as so many Orville.
There. We'll get it all sorted out soon. The spyglass incident on the Nina, or was it the Santa Maria? It must have got lost in the storm. Someone besides Columbus discovered the New World, and it changed everything.
And none of the telephones work.
That would be a little mishap with Alexander Graham Bell.
All of the electronics instructions are written in Russian. All the letters are backwards.
You told me you made sure the astronauts got back to Earth safely.
They did, but they didn't complete the moon landing, which means the Russians gained the upper hand. They were our enemy back then during the Cold War. There was a space race.
Didn't we win that?
That was before we went back in time, Sandra. I thought there was a problem with the whole space-time continuum thing.
Oops. What's going on?
You're all under arrest.
That is the Imperial Guard. He's here to arrest my crew because there's no Constitution, no Bill of Rights, no freedom of speech, because there was no American Revolution. What did you guys get up to back in time anyways?
You mean my own producer gave
watch my live stream?
Well, forget about that. What are we gonna do now?
There's only one glitch left in the whole space-time continuum thing. That's not enough to fix all mistakes.
You're joking. I cannot live without my cell phone.
Wait, it looks like we can bring people forward from the past to our time. I've always wondered what some of the greatest minds of history would think of our world.
That's it. We can gather up some of the greatest minds of all time to come up with a solution. Quick, you do the calculations. I'll go get my crew out of free speech detention.
I mean, you can actually touch the pieces. They're three-dimensional. I can hold one up over a square wall inside. And move them around with your hands. But it's actually kind of hard because the computer doesn't tell you when you're about to get taken by the queen or anything. You have to figure it out for yourself. I sort of like it anyway. Where's the save button on this thing so we can keep playing later? Take a picture of the board. Or write it down on a piece of paper. What should we do next? You want to play cards? Or maybe we could go outside?